Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to another video on STKO. As always, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I think you're really going to enjoy this video, guys. It's been requested by many, so let's get into it. So in my recent videos, I have been comparing pre-charged pneumatic air guns, and a lot of requested that I compare my Kral puncher breaker NP03 which retails for $3.99 to the Umarex Gauntlet. And in this video, both of these rifles, pre-charged pneumatic PCPs, are .22 caliber. So I'm going to go over what I think the biggest difference is that you get for the money, because this Umarex Gauntlet retailed when it first came out around $2.99, and of course now they're a little bit lower than that, but that's what they were. And then the Kral PCP air rifles cost a little more. So let's do a head-to-head comparison and go through all of these, and I'll tell you exactly what I think as to why one costs me more than the other. Let's do it. Well, out of the box, guys, there is a big noticeable difference from the Kral NP03 puncher breaker and the Umarex Gauntlet in weight. The Umarex Gauntlet, I believe, was around 8.5 to 9 pounds out of the box without an optic on it, and the Kral puncher breaker is 6 pounds if I'm not mistaken. Now, the thing is, what sets these guns apart is the Umarex Gauntlet is regulated on the bottle. There is no adjustment for power. It has an adjustable single stage trigger. It is magazine fed, as you can see, the standard Marauder 10-shot magazine. It is a bolt action, but you have to cock the bolt on the actual hammer spring, which to some it could be a lot of force or not too much to actually be able to use the rifle. On the Umarex Gauntlet, it came with a dovetail rail to mount whether it's an adapter or dovetail rings. This barrel on the Umarex Gauntlet is fully shrouded and suppressed with the baffle. And you got your swing swivel studs and adjustable stock, comb, not really for length, just the comb cheek weld. And that's about it. Fill pressure 3,000 psi on the bottle. It's a 213 cc bottle on the Umarex Gauntlet, and it's regulated at 1100 psi, so you get about 60 shots per fill with this PCP air gun. And again, single stage trigger, 10 round magazine. So now let's talk about the Kral. Kral here, guys, is basically like a bullpup / carbine, adjustable length to pull stock, adjustable comb, has a side cocking lever, and that is silky smooth. And what it comes with is 2 magazines that are 12 round and 22. The Umarex Gauntlet only came with 1 in the single shot tray. The Kral here came with 2 12 round magazines and 1 single shot tray. This Kral is a 2-stage adjustable trigger. It has a power adjustment. The fill is 2900 psi, which is less than the Gauntlet by 100 psi, but the actual air tank reservoir is 180 cc's instead of 213. And this is non-regulated. So the valve system in this Kral and many others I have heard that are just phenomenal. They shoot just like they're regulated, and this gun does. I could run 2 magazines through it, and the numbers on the chronograph, show hardly any variance. has a shorter barrel, at least. You can see it here, very short barrel compared to the Gauntlet. There is no baffling. It does have a shroud here, but it doesn't do really anything. And it has its own air cylinder here that you have to fill with a probe. The Gauntlet has a bottle with the probe already quick disconnect built in, so you don't have to buy out anything extra. So right out of the box, the Gauntlet's ready to be aired up. Well, this Kral here, I had to buy an extra adapter fitting. But with the Kral, it came with a lot of extras. Like I said, 2 magazines. It came with a bunch of extra sets of O-rings, so if anything happens, you can change out the O-rings. The Gauntlet did not. You can see here that it has a built-in Picatinny rail on the stock, on this model of Kral anyway. So now I could show you here where it mounts. It's got a Picatinny rail and an actual dovetail mounting system built in, a dual mounting system on this, as you can see. So now that I compared each rifle a little bit head to head here, I do want to talk about the accuracy portion, or I should say precision, of each rifle. And in my eyes, they're both very equal. There is really no difference at 50 yards, which I had tested them. So right now, guys, I want to show you with the Umarex Gauntlet at 50 yards. This right here loves the 1435 JSB dome pellets. That's exactly what pellets they were using when they first started coming out with advertising videos for the Gauntlet. I figured it out that, you know, this gun does shoot the 1435 JSBs very well at 50 yards and at 100. But in this comparison against the Kral, I'm going to show you the head-to-head comparisons at 50 yards. So check this out, 1435 grain JSBs out of the Gauntlet at 50 yards. Now that you've seen the Gauntlet at 50 yards, let's show you the Kral. And both of these guns were shot with the magazine, guys. And I kid you not, they're both phenomenally accurate and precise for what they are. You know, only being about $100 difference in price. And this one being unregulated, and it shoots just as good as a regulated PCP. So check the accuracy and precision out of this Kral NP03 right out of the box. Using the only pellet I've ever tried in it out of the box was the 1589 JSB dome pellets in 22 cal. So check this out. So now you guys are probably wondering which one is more powerful. Well, the power factor is about the same. This Kral is set on the most powerful setting from factory when I got it out of the box. And you cannot adjust the power on this Umarex Gauntlet without taking it apart and doing all kinds of internal stuff that could possibly void the warranty out of the box. So they're both roughly the same foot-pounds of energy. 23 to 25 foot-pounds of energy depending on the pellet. You know, 830 to 850 feet per second depending on the weight of a grain of pellet. They both were shooting, the Umarex Gauntlet was shooting the 14.35 JSBs at 840 feet per second, and the Kral was shooting the 15.89s around 830, 835 on the chronograph. So again, roughly the same, guys. Not much difference there in power, any significant difference that is. And truly, you know, I cannot tell the difference. They both shoot awesome, especially for the price. If you're going to drop I think you can put a regulator in this. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know why you would. It already shoots awesome out of the box. Now the biggest difference I can tell you guys, and obviously you can see the barrels here, but the biggest difference is the sound. Again, the Umarex Gauntlet does come with a shroud and baffling that actually work, whereas the Kral does not have anything. Now it does have an adapter at the end of the shroud here, but the barrel goes all the way up to the adapter, so it really doesn't do any purpose. So maybe that'll be a future video showing you some attachments that work great on this Kral to quieten it down a little bit, even though it's not too loud, but it still has a little bit of a bark compared to the Umarex Gauntlet. So anyways, guys, hope you can see the difference. And again, both of these are my air guns, and they shoot awesome. I like them both for what they are. And again, it is what it is, guys. To me, I can't really tell that big of a difference for what it is. But you can see, you know, the Kral as to why it's so tuned out of the box. And you get some extra stuff that helps you along the way. Whereas the Umarex Gauntlet doesn't come with anything except a mag and a single shot tray in the box. And that's really about it. So, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this comparison. I hope to see you on the next one. Again, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.